Hello, welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzanse. Yes, the missionaries are back once again. We are back as missionaries, and our mission, as we keep telling you or as we keep saying, is to see a united Africa. Our mission is to fight for the unification of Africa, because we believe that without unity, Africa is going nowhere. Without unity, 100, 200 years from now, we will continue to complain, we will continue to talk and then nothing is going to change. But if we are able to unite Africa, and the resources of Africa go a long way to prosper the children of Africa, or for the benefit of Africa, or for the interest of Africa, Africa will become a force to be reckoned in the next 2-3 decades, just as China is today. So please join our mission. We are on a mission, and our mission, our sole mission, is to fight for the unification of Africa. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a young YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is really growing really well. Thanks for those of you who have taken time out of your busy schedules to subscribe and supporting us. And then for those of you who haven't really got time out of your busy schedules, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us with your comments. Your comments are really important, because we are all on this mission. Join the mission. We are missionaries. As we keep saying, the founding fathers of America saw the need in unity, the strength in unity. That was the reason why they fought a civil war to bring 50 states, 50 countries into one nation. And today, that nation is so powerful that they dictate, or they try to dictate to everybody how to live your life. And we, as Africans, must learn from that unity, in unity we have strength. Okay, so please join the mission. We are missionaries. We are on a mission, and our mission, our sole mission, as we keep saying, is to see a united Africa. So today we're going to South Africa to take this video from President Ramaphosa, and these are the reason why we are talking about, like, we cannot rest until we see a united Africa. Just listen to this video and like, take your time and listen to this video and ask yourself, what is happening here? Look at what President Ramaphosa is saying. Look at what President Ramaphosa... Let's watch the video first.
I also got some calls from Europe. And the calls were so paternalistic. They were saying, "Hello, President Ramaphosa. We've heard about this Omicron. I am sorry to tell you that we are banning travel to Europe from South Africa and Southern Africa." No discussion, no attempt to hear what our views are. And I'm saying that the relationship needs to be mutually respectful. We need to respect one another. The African presidents respected me as we respect one another. But from Europe, I just got a message of saying, "We've banned travel, thank you, goodbye, see you next time." That's not the way to conduct relationship. So there needs to be consensus, there needs to be discussion. And I want to talk about the issue of access to vaccines. We have made a proposal which is supported by more than 100 countries. And what we have said is, we want, and this comes back to what the youth were saying as well, they want to know whether they have a continent which will help to develop their skills, where they can thrive. But what do we want? We want to be able to make our own vaccines. And we will deal with the issue of reluctance for our Africans to take vaccines. But we want to make vaccines. We don't just want to fill and finish and package, which is what we are being offered. That we want you to build capacity to fill, finish, and package, and we will send you the drug substance. And we say, no, we want you to relax the intellectual property rights for a while, so that we can make the drug substance, because we have the capability. And
Yes, so as you can see, President Ramaphosa is talking about a Europe, how disrespectful the so-called colonial masters, whom we call colonial criminals, how disrespectful they are to them as African leaders. The other day we heard President Museveni talking about African Union sending 6 African presidents to Libya to negotiate a peaceful outcome or a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Libya. But the NATO, the so-called colonial, those who colonized Africa, the so-called colonial powers, told them to go back home. They don't need them. Okay, and this is what we are going to face if we don't unite Africa, if we don't stop all this talking. Because, Mr. President, we are sick and tired of you guys talking, always lamenting on how they are disrespecting you. Imagine he just received a phone call telling him that, oh, we have canceled, we have banned flights going to East Africa. When they say that, what you see, and this is how I sometimes keep asking myself, I keep asking myself, do we as African people ever practice Ubuntu? Have we ever really practiced Ubuntu? Because we always talk about Ubuntu. You are because I am. We are because you. I am because you are. We keep talking about Ubuntu. But anytime these Europeans they use divide and conquer, and it always going against us. So how do we allow them to divide us if we have the Ubuntu spirit? If we truly have the Ubuntu spirit, how do we allow some people to divide us, and all the time it is going on their interest? President Ramaphosa is talking about him receiving a phone call and all that he was being told. No explanation. We have banned flights from Europe to East Africa or to Africa. But they could not have done that to China. They couldn't have done that to, when they said we have banned all flights coming to your countries, in retaliation, if we had also said, okay, you are putting 1 month or 2 month ban, okay, we're gonna put 6 month ban for your flight coming to Africa. Do you think they wouldn't have cancelled it? But because they know whatever they shit on you, you cannot do anything, so they will continue to do that to you. And then it is never going to stop, Mr. President, or African children. It is never going to stop until Africa is united. Until Africa is united, nothing is not going to stop. So all this lamentation, all this talking English grammar, the other day, you see this president talking, I'm not going to mention names, you see that president talking, you see we are sick and tired of all these talks. We want practical action. We want to see African leaders working towards a unification of Africa. That is all that we want. Because you can talk as long as you can or as much as you can't. If Africa is not united, the way they are disrespected, because this is what they were doing to your forefathers. It didn't start today. And they are doing it to you today. If you don't bring a change to that, they're going to do it to your children. And that is why we are calling on Africans, the children of Africa. If we want to put an end to this disrespect that they are disrespecting our leaders today, we must stand up and demand a united Africa. We must stand up and demand a united Africa. Mr. President is talking about when coronavirus came, and then they asked them not to do their own vaccine. They will not give them intellectual property. Who are they to give you intellectual property? Why can't they also ask you to give them your intellectual property? You see, China didn't ask them for intellectual property to do their own vaccine. Russia didn't ask them for intellectual property to do their own vaccine. You don't have to ask. We are all citizens of the world. But if you sit down and allow another man, as we keep saying, God created man and man created his own reality. If you sit down and allow another man, he will create your reality for you. And that is what Africa has allowed other people to create our reality for us. How on earth that there is a pandemic, Mr. President, and everybody is looking to do their own vaccine, and all that you are sitting down, or all that you are doing is asking other people to allow you to do your own vaccine? Are they the owners of the world? that you have to ask them before they will allow you or they will give you permission to do your own vaccine? No. China didn't wait to ask them. Russia didn't wait to ask them because Russia have the power to do it, because China has the power to do it. And for Africa to have the power to do it, we must unite. And so, Mr. President, we are calling on all of you, the 54 presidents of Africa, to stop talking to us. We are sick and tired of your talking. Now we want action. And the only action we are demanding from you is to spearhead the unification of Africa. This is what Nkrumah them saw. This is what people like Nkrumah them, they saw. They saw how you guys going to be, or people that they will, their offspring, how we are going to be disrespected. That was the reason why they were calling for a united Africa as quickly as possible. And today we are still here lamenting, talking about how we are being denied. Oh, they just called me. Oh, and they said we are banned all flights coming. When they say that, what did you do? Anytime they said they put sanction on one Chinese diplomat, China will put three sanctions on three of their diplomats. That is what you have to do. But we cannot do it. Why? Because we doesn't have the power, the strength to do that. And the reason why we doesn't have the strength to do that is because we are divided. The Berlin Conference stigma is still with us. There was a reason why they went to Berlin and divide us among themselves. And there is the need for us to bring an end to that Berlin Conference. What are you guys benefiting from that? Why can't you just give a little bit of your powers from your respectful or your little, sorry to call it, countries? Why can't you give some little power of your countries for the benefit of the entire continent of Africa? Why are you holding on to power that is only limited to your respectful countries? You are holding on to power that is only limited to your respectful country. Immediately you go outside of Africa, and an MP, a governor in America, is more powerful than a president in Africa. A common governor in America is powerful than a president in Africa. So why can't you also, as so-called presidents in Africa, give a little bit of your powers to create a benefit or a collective strength for the continent of Africa, so that a governor in Africa will equally have the same power as a governor in America? That is what we want as African children today. We don't want no more talking. We are sick and tired of talking, telling us what they are doing to you, how they are dictating to you how to govern your own people. And yet you are not doing anything to change that. We are demanding, or we are calling on the youth of Africa to stand up and fight for a united Africa. That is what we want. It is only a united Africa that can bring a change for the good of every citizen of Africa. We cannot, as we keep saying, we came to inherit an Africa that we are not happy with. But we cannot leave the same Africa for the children, for our offspring. We must bring a change, a better one for the next generations, so that history will be in the good side of history, in the good books of history. I thank you very much for coming around. Until we meet next time, please subscribe, share, join the movement, One Africa Mission. We are on a mission, and our mission is to see a united Africa. Together, we will make Africa great. Thank you very much for coming around.